Hello, hello. Welcome back to the Lazer Grand Arena. We are now in the grand final stage. We have our last 3 players left in the tournament now. Our podium is set up, but which way those players are going, we're about to find out today. It's going to be Amamya Kokoro versus aknzx, who are going to be fighting for a place in the Lazer Grand Arena inaugural grand final to take on Flying Tuna. I'm back. It's me, Doomsday, and I'm joined on cast by Mr. Miles. Mate, good morning to you.
Good morning, Dooms. 14 UTC. Man, this podium is pretty brutal for us NA casters, but surely gonna be a great match. We were talking about it before. I think Amamya Kokoro and aknzx have some really contrasting skill sets, which makes the matchup really, really interesting. Amamya Kokoro, massive advantage on the reading. aknzx, massive advantage on the speed. And in a tournament where one big advantage can really make or break the matchup, I think that can really create some interesting points for the pick ban phase especially.
I think, yeah, both these two have very strong picks against each other, and there's enough of it in the pool that they should get at least some of that to make use of here. The ban phase is going to be incredibly intriguing to see who gets what here. But we've already seen that some of the scores on the reading maps that Amamya Kokoro have put out have been very strong and should be good against Akins, which I've just found out that's how you pronounce that, thank you. And aknzx should be very good on the speed side of things. Amamya Kokoro holding on a little bit, doing okay on them, but Akins has had some very, very strong speed scores already.
Yeah, I mean, we saw that matchup earlier where Akins had just one dominating speed performance against Zudinator and was able to ride out that advantage for the rest of the match. So for him, obviously, one goal of this match is going to be trying to do the same thing to Amamya Kokoro. But through the ban phase, I think once we get through some of those more obvious speed maps, some of those more obvious reading maps, the real test is going to be who can win some of the other skill sets like the tech and the ult. And that's something that I think Amamya Kokoro has quite the large advantage on. And we're already into the ban phase, actually, very quickly. Amamya Kokoro banning out the DT2, so Tarut getting a banned out, and aknzx Akins banning out Shadow Castle, which also makes a lot of sense.
It does. Amamya's put out some crazy scores on Shadow Castle already. Not going to give him any opportunity to use that control map. I think Taro Band is not surprised. Amamya's been targeting that one. He's going to take his chances on the Dark, which he played last time against Flying Tuna. Opening up with the speed, so that's going to be a strong start for Akins. Double reading again, same as against Flying Tuna, picked by Amamya, so a mirror from his last match there.
Picking that DT4, banning out the Hard Rock one. So that's one aim map gone for Amamya Kokoro. I'm surprised he opted into banning Kuina instead of one of the tech maps in the pool, because Amamya Kokoro has put up some insane scores on Nelv throughout this tournament, so leaving that one up for him potentially. And we see a couple more Amamya Kokoro bans, Hidden 1 and the Double Time 1 both going out, and the Nomad 4 ban promptly being banned out, so no Nelv available for Amamya.
Not going to be able to make use of that Halgo slider tech special. Like I say, I think he played that in the last match. Yeah, he had 99% for the first half. Man was gaming on it. I don't think he'll mind String Theocracy popping up too much, though, with that being more of a control-based pick. Amamya had a very good score on that DT1, actually, against Flying Tuna, but aknzx literally got an FC on it last time, I think. So, not wanting to give him that little advantage.
Yeah, I mean, FCs are worth their weight in gold in this tournament, because if you're able to, an FC versus a 700k in this tournament is literally a devastating difference. 300k score difference from one map can be absolutely devastating, and you absolutely cannot risk aknzx getting an FC like that in this matchup. But picking the Nomad 3 next, and aknzx quickly going for the Nomad 2, I think that pick makes a lot of sense as well. I think these picks are pretty textbook for these players so far.
For sure. That Nomad 2 pick, though, is a map I was really hoping Amamya Kokoro was going to pick into Flying Tuna, but he ended up banning it, or ended up getting banned aknzx picking that. I think that's a good map for Amamya as well. So that one is going to be a proper toss-up.
Yeah, I casted one of Amamya's matches yesterday, and he put up a really good score on that Nomad too, so probably one of the more toss-up picks between these two.
Of course, this round's a little bit different to the previous. You see, we haven't picked a final map, right? Because the last map in this matchup is going to be an original song and map that the players are going to have to sight read on the spot from map number 7. They don't know what it is, of course, so when we get to it, we're going to find out together. But that last map is going to be a brand new map, song and map.
That is so brutal. To introduce a new map in the grand finals setting and being forced to sight read it is something else. I don't think I've ever seen something like that in a tournament before.
Man, I guess there's been a few like sight read gimmick tournaments here and there, but it's seldom seen. I've certainly not seen many like that. I love the idea. I can't wait to see how it plays out here, and I guess what we can hope for is it's going to be super close by the time we get there.
Yeah, I mean, the best possible thing is for the match to be determined on the OS original, on that tiebreaker. Oh, but here we go. About to get into the first map. We've got DT3, The Dark, mapped by Fergus. Song actually by one of OS's own, Krymek.
Yep, homegrown talent, Krymek. Featured artist. Slightly speeded up version here. 1.2, it's about 256 BPM breakcore. That's a lot of speed right there.
First pick for Akins. The speed has been the bread and butter, and we're going to see if that can come back for Akins. Still holding on to the SS through the first 200 combo, already looking really good for him, but as long as Amamya can hold on, as long as Amamya can keep the combo, shouldn't be too far out of this one.
The early 91%. Amamya holding on this one a little bit. Can Akins make good use of this though? Hold that combo. 99.7, not a problem on the speed side for him. How far can he make this work?
I mean, this is already pretty grim for Amamya. We're only a third of the way through the map, and it's already an 150k lead for Akins. 99.77%. This guy is just so comfortable on this type of speed. And Amamya down at 90%, just trying to stop the bleeding, trying to make use of the combo game, and he's being successful as of right now, up at 400 combo, able to survive, but that break is going to be really consequential. Akins still holding on to the FC. It's 300k in his direction, and this is looking like a disaster for Amamya.
Some special tactics coming out from Amamya Kokoro, the double taps. He's trying everything to combo game in this, but combo gaming is not as strong here as it is in stable. And this is the perfect start here for Akins. You can't ask for anything better than this on your first pick. Look at that accuracy he's got though, that is insane.
Look at the PP counter in the top right. We're reaching almost 700 on this one. 99.88% on this finger control is no joke, and we're reaching 700 PP on this score into the ending of this map. I think Akins has got it. Wow, a 99.9% FC. You cannot ask for a better start, and it's a 530k score gap in favor of Akins after the first map.
That's a 708 PP score. That's a big number. What a play from Akins. Goodness me, that's 500,000 of advantage right off the bat. That is an insane start here for Akins in this losers bracket final.
But now Amamya can swing right back with the reading abuse, with the gimmick. We've got Mad Piano Party mapped by Panic. This has been the low AR kind of aim control with a little bit of finger control. A type of map where a lot of players have found a lot of chain misses on this.
Yeah, if you're not set for the flow aim on this low AR pick, you're in for a world of hurt. Akins has done okay on this, but Amamya Kokoro has already posted some very good scores on this. Next two picks being very reading heavy, very much favor of him. Definitely time to claw back that score lead, but he's going to need two very good performances to make that work.
Yeah, I mean, a 500k advantage Like, that's honestly, like, that's multiple picks that I think a 100k advantage is very solid for a map, but getting 500k from a single map, you're going to need some real dominance in order to swing that back before Akn's next pick. But here we go into some of the awkward flow aim. Amamya is going to find a drop. Akn's still holding on to combo, but not anymore. So it's going to be a combo lead for Amamya, but it's not going to be that large. But with some chain misses from Akn's, that lead is going to balloon. It's 60k now in favor of Amamya.
Yeah, a few breaks there. A bit struggling on the combo game. 93%, it's reasonable, but he's against a 98%. That's a 5% swing. And with that combo as well, so far so good here for the Korean player. Looking far more comfortable on this.
Through those 1/6 bursts, getting through them okay. Akn's continues to drop. Amamya continues to hold. How far can Amamya go on this one through these awkward streams? They overlap on top of each other. That is not easy to read. That is not easy to combo your way through, but no problem for Amamya. Not getting tripped up by the bursts either.
He's going kind of crazy here, actually.
Yeah, wait a minute.
What is he doing, actually? Well, at the moment, he's halving that score. 250k advantage here for Amamya Kokoro. Bit more of the map to go, and Akn's is continuing to find breaks here.
Now, Dooms, I can't believe I'm saying this, but Amamya is actually going to be slicing up 300 plus K of this lead right off the bat on Mad Piano Party, and this is exactly what Amamya needed, a reverse choke. These players have come to play, folks, and it is only 176k of lead left for Akn's after that insane first pick.
That is a crazy play, man. That is a crazy play. The reverse choke special, but I think that's by far the highest score we've seen on that map, right? It's gotta be. What a play. Another great play. So yeah, both these two with great starts, and Amamya Kokoro with another pick. He's still got a bit of advantage to claw back, but that was a very, very good start on that one.
I mean, changing a 500k lead to 176k, like, that's the type of lead that you can pull back on this Hidden 2, which has been one of the hardest maps of this round, I'd say. A lot of people have struggled to hold on to any sort of combo on this one, as well as Amamya. But I think 176k, you're keen to really be able to take that out on this map if you're Amamya.
He played this against Flying Tuna, posted a very solid 700k, and he did very well on the second half of it, I think. Had a few breaks at the start, but did a very strong second half. So the precedent is here to claw this one back. Akn's did okay on this, but it's definitely favoured towards the Korean player here.
This map, I think, originated in the OS World Cup 2021 Grand Finals as the Hidden 2 there. But
Yeah,
it didn't get played because it was banned out by Germany into the United States, so...
Naturally.
Yep, as Germany does, banning the low AR Hidden.
The linear aim in this is no joke. And it's quite long as well. You've got to be consistent on this. So if you can't find your footing on it, it can be a bad time for you. A couple early breaks here from Akn's. Clean start here for Amamya Kokoro.
Yeah, this is the type of map where you miss over and over and over again, and you don't really understand what you're missing on, because it's not necessarily the reading or the low AR that gets you on this. It's just the awkwardness of the aim, the density, just can make you miss a single note or two on any given pattern, and it's quite infuriating to miss all of it, but right now, not a problem for Amamya. Still holding on to that double S after Akn's found a couple of early breaks, and he continues to break. And Amamya, actually, this is poised to be a really good score already. Getting through that massive aim pattern, this is no joke of a score already. Finally dropping, but oh my god, that is almost 100k of lead right there from Amamya.
That's a really unfortunate break, actually. The snapping on Amamya's aim right now is something to behold on this low AR pick. That accuracy doing so much work as well. So at the moment, I think despite how one-sided that speed pick is, it looks like Amamya is going to be making this very close, just 2 maps afterwards. There's time though, but this is exactly what we wanted to see.
Exactly. I mean, when you have 2 players with such contrasting skill sets, like, this is just the only way for a match like this to play out. But yeah, Amamya finding a drop, losing that 200 combo. But Akins continues to break, not really able to stop the bleeding here, finding lots of repeated breaks. So Amamya should just be able to run out that lead, but it's not going to be nearly as big as the last map.
No, not quite. Akins is definitely doing pretty decently on this, and I think Amamya Kokoro is doing okay. Not quite as a ridiculous performance as that last one, but that last one was one of a kind. This is still very strong here.
And he has instantly brought the combo back. No longer gonna drop that 240 combo. But still, just 40 seconds of map left, and Amamya Kokoro is 30,000 score away from completely erasing Akins' lead from the previous map.
Yeah, Akins can't quite find that little combo just to try and keep his nose in front. There's enough of the map to go to close this out all the way.
But finding some breaks. Just 16 seconds of map left, and at this rate, it should be about a 30k lead for Akins as the map enters the ending. And it will be Akins' next pick to determine how far that lead will go in his favor. It's String Theocracy coming up after this, as Amamya Kokoro has completely closed the gap.
Oh, you love to see it, Miles. Oh, that's so good. Just 20k, that's nothing. That's nothing. Clawing back so much advantage is not an easy feat, as you've seen in this tournament, in this new format. Oh, that's a great comeback, though, from Amamya Kokoro. But Akins is still in a good spot. He's still got 2 picks left. Amamya's only got the 1 of his own picks. And then, of course, that 7th map, the Sight Read Original that's coming up. So at the moment, still pretty good here for the Australian player, but not nearly as comfortable as it once was.
We've already been through 2 Amamya Kokoro picks, and we've only been through 1 of Akins, so I think it all rests on how big of an advantage Akins can take on this DT4, on String Theocracy, sorry. Bit of a tongue twister there, but this map, a little bit on the gimmickier side of DT, not necessarily raw speed, which I know Akins would have preferred to pick over a map like this, but still should be a good pick for him.
A very high AR aim control. I think it's flow aim at times, but it kind of feels like more like a snap aim map on that high approach rate. The reading side should be favoured for Akins, but I think it's a toss-up. I mean, how is Amamya's high AR reading? It seemed alright earlier in the tournament. If you can manage it here, this one shouldn't have too much in it. Let's see.
Yeah, it should be a better pick for Amamya than the previous DT. But still, Akins, one of the top DT players in the game, will have no problem with the approach rate part of this map. It's all going to be on the aim control, on the awkward alt patterns. And Amamya finding some early drops, but Akins holding strong through the beginning.
Yeah, a bit of ack here for Amamya Kokoro, but combo game is not completely dead. If you get a big combo advantage, it's still going to do you a lot of good at the moment. Akins is making that work.
Despite the accuracy being down at 95, accuracy almost even between the 2 players, but it is a combo game over everything in Os, and Akins is really taking advantage of that, finally dropping. That is Akins' first break on his own pick so far in this matchup.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah, it actually is. 134k of lead made up from that massive combo, though, so Akins should be fine from that.
Is it fair to say this map might be the hardest map in the entire pool? Because it does seem like it. This map is insane. That's a decent fight from Amamya Kokoro, but yeah, I guess it must be the high AR reading for Akins doing the work here. Because the combo game seems to be winning. I mean, Amamya Kokoro is down on a bit of AK, but it's not a massive amount. But the combo game hasn't been there for him, unfortunately.
150k of lead for Akins by the end of this. So overall, I'd say this is probably the average lead we've seen in a tournament. Like on someone's own pick where they've had a definitive advantage, it's always been somewhere between that 150k and 200k. So that's going to be a healthy lead as Akins brings the lead right back where it was after the first map of Amamya Kokoro's. As we go into another alt map after this, actually. Oh boy.
It's no mod 3 time. Draw me a map, let me feel the tap. I think this one was a Course Ace original tune. Really cool one. From a couple of years back. Map by Toybot.
This was a Course Ace original by Kabocha. Draw me a map, let me feel the tap. That is a very OS title.
Oh yeah. The reference is subtle. Just a little bit. If you know, you know. It's another good map here for Amamya Kokoro. How does Akins do on these sorts of ult picks, though? At this point, really, he just needs to get a halfway decent score just to keep his nose in front. So we've got a very solid advantage to work with here. This map is kind of bonkers, though.
Yeah, Toybot, one of the aim control mappers of our time, reflecting that in this pick. Should be something that I think is a little more comfortable for Akins than Amamya Kokoro's first 2 reading picks. But gonna be finding that early drop. Amamya gonna run ahead a massive combo lead now out of the beginning. This map, not too long, it's only 2.5 minutes. So every miss is gonna be consequential as Akins finds a drop early on in that chorus. And Amamya, though, gonna find a drop to match it, though. So should be fine for Akins, only 20k of lead for Amamya.
Yeah, so far so good here for Akins, really. He's holding his own on the AK as well. Holding his own very nicely. Definitely looking a bit less comfortable on the aim side of things, but he's doing just enough here.
But I think more importantly, Amamya is not dominating him too hard in terms of the combo.
It's 2 very good accuracies for this, I gotta say. That 99% was pretty scary. Just drop it there on that little pattern, but accuracy game's strong for both these 2 on this.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just overall a comfy BPM. It's not 310 BPM. Cut that one in half. I believe that would be 165. No, not 165.
155, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, too early for maths.
Yeah. It's about right from an alt map. And it is showing. I mean, he's got his nose in front on this one. But that is going to benefit Akins with his advantage.
Yeah, we're going into the final Akins pick right after this one. I'm sure Amamya Kokoro really wanted to get a bigger advantage on this one. But only going to be bleeding somewhere between 20 and 50k off of Akins' lead on this. Unless Amamya can do some magic on this ending, which she is doing as Akins finds some drops. So it's going to be a little bit more than it was for most of this map. 57k plus for Amamya Kokoro taken off of this lead. So overall, 120k of lead left for Akins going into the Nomad 2. Nomad 2, Amamya Kokoro put up a very strong score on this yesterday, somewhere over 700k. So Akins going to need to be on his tip-top game on his last pick before we go into the deciding OS Original.
Very nice ending patterns there from Amamya Kokoro, actually. Nice forward combo. Flourish to give himself a little bit of a leg up there. And you know what? Going into No Mod 2, I don't think he's going to be too worried about this. Amamya Kokoro has destroyed people on stream maps already and has posted 2 very good scores on this already. So 120k advantage is assailable if Akins has some issues on this, but we know how good he is on the tapping.
Yeah, it's never been the tapping on this for Akins. If anything, he'll find a drop on the aim, and this map throws a lot of difficult stream patterns at you. Have to have your flow aim completely on point. This map by Barking Mad Dog, very iconic aim mapper. So you can miss on either the jump aim or the stream aim on this, and that's something that both of these players excel at.
moment. Amamya Kokoro looking to close that gap before we get into that sight read map to end this one. At the moment, Akins just needs to hold his nerve. And he put himself in a very good spot going into that.
Yeah, this map doesn't really throw too much difficulty at you in the beginning. There's a few parts that I'd describe as difficulty spikes that come a little bit further into the map. So right now, don't expect either of these guys to break, and any break will be very consequential for them. Already, both of them at 700 plus combo. It's do or die for both of these players at this point in the map.
Yeah, no early chokes from either of these two. But here come the XLs. A lot of combo advantage on the field if someone finds a croak here. But nothing else has been given.
Not at all. I mean, it's 1k combo for both players. That PP counter, this is already a 500 PP score for both of these players. Get into some more space bursts here. No breaks yet for either of them. A couple hundreds dropped from Amamya, but holds on to the combo. That was clutch. Oh, but there he goes.
That space thing, the little 5-0 burst there, caught him out. Akins still FCing though, and now it's time for him to rack this up. 1300 combo and rising.
This is where Akins can really close out this match. Going into the final pick, a lead of about 300k could be insurmountable for Amamya on the next map. And Akins is just going crazy, finally finds the drop on the space stream. It's 80k score lead for him on this one. But with the break from Amamya Kokoro as well, there's not really much that can be done. It's a full combo reset.
Yeah, at the moment, it's out of Amamya Kokoro's hands. Really. 80k is not too much, but Akins ain't going to be losing any advantage so far. That 99.6 does go kind of hard, that accuracy.
Yeah, pretty good. Also, 600 PP score at this point of the map for Akins. That'd give me quite a few ranks if I had that.
Be my top player if I had that.
Yeah, a bit of a slower section now. Both players will bring their combo back. But only 45 seconds of map left. Not really much that Amamya can do to try and spin this lead back in his direction. Just has to pray for another break from Akins.
There's room for it. Combo's built back up now. It's still even. Scully's not unassailable.
But it is if Akins keeps holding on. 80k of lead. Looks to be consistent. Akins should bring this lead overall back up to 200k at the end of this map before we go into the sight read pick, which should be a very comfortable lead for him, I think, going into that map. Knowing that map already, it's a very difficult OS original. Over 8 stars is the next map.
Oh man, actually, you know what? I want to point out the end there real quick. Both those players FCing the entire ending, even the space thing at the end. 2 great scores, but Akins is in a brilliant spot going into this last pick, and yeah, it's a doozy. It's a doozy, Miles. What can you tell us?
Yeah, I can tell you a lot. This map is 8.61 stars, and it is mostly 250 BPM mechanics. Oof. So that is a pretty tough skill set for Amamya Kokoro to take into Akins.
Oh man, that's gonna be music to Akins' ears going into this one. Very, very speedy. Of course, it is an original song as well, produced for the Lazer Grand Arena. Just about to get into it.
We've got a brand new map. OS original by Wangle Line. Song is called Attacked by the Cosmic Beast. Mapped by Riot1133. It's a great project. I'd like to thank some other people involved. The illustrator, Arisu-sama, and the graphics is designed by Alex Dunk. Came out to an insane map, and I hope you all enjoy it.
a lot of stars. 8.6 stars. I've been told that it's apparently not quite that crazy. It's maybe a little bit higher than what it should be. Oh, you love the references, dude.
Yep.
Yeah. Still high speed, 8-star for sure. Speedy boy. And that's a lot of score Amamya's going to make up, but how is his sight read looking?
Yeah, I mean, this map, mostly mechanics, shouldn't be too hard for you to sight read. It's all just going to be the mechanics here, and that's something that aknzx has just had the advantage on through this whole match. But I say that, Amamya Kokoro holding a combo lead through these beginning aim patterns after aknzx found a drop.
I should mention as well, I haven't looked at this map yet. I was linked it, but I thought I'd sight read it as well alongside the players, so yeah, I'm seeing this for the first time too.
This is my first time seeing it too. It's only 2 minutes and 26 seconds though. Although it is the deciding map, it is not necessarily tiebreaker length. We are already halfway through it as Amamya finds a break. That could just be the last breath right there for Amamya. aknzx has that 370 combo in a slower section of the map. Could claw some of that lead. Amamya has taken right back.
Sells on those bursts, dude. Oh my god, okay.
These kick slider jumps are insane. And the burst catching out Amamya. That 30k score lead for Amamya on the pick is remaining consistent. But remember, folks, he needs 204k in order to win the match. And with 30 seconds of map left, and the combo breaks coming out from Amamya, that last breath is looking to be had here. aknzx should escape this matchup.
Oh, those slow sliders, dude.
Not nice to sight readers.
No. Oh my god, putting slow sliders in the sight read map, that's diabolical.
Yeah, into the ending here. 5 seconds left, and we have our victor of the third place match. We've got aknzx escaping Amamya Kokoro with a 4.9 million overall score. Gonna be moving on to the grand finals in 30 minutes to face up against Flying Tuna in what's sure to be an epic grand finals.
Oh, for sure. It's a rematch. aknzx already faced him before. Didn't work out this time, but he will be looking for revenge. Amamya Kokoro takes third place in the inaugural Lazer Grand Arena. Thank you very much for playing. What a run. Seed number 1 out of qualifiers and taking top 3. Ain't no joke.
I mean, Amamya Kokoro, so consistent throughout the tournament, able to take some great victories now, locking in the top 3 after some insane performances from aknzx, but that's gonna do it until our next match. Stick around, folks. It is only 27 minutes until the grand finals of our inaugural Lazer Grand Arena, but until then, I've been Miles with Doomsday, and I hope you all have a good rest of your day and enjoy the grand finals.
slipped right through my fingers. It slipped right through my fingers. You said never let me go.
Drop it.
It never worked out fine. I watched it fall